Okay, so let's start this Portuguese class. So, on the last class, last week, we talked about how to say hello, how to ask, how are you doing? We talked about our names, where we are from, and now I want to talk about the verbs because a lot of complicated things about Portuguese is about the verbs because when you don't know the the regular verbs and the irregular verbs, when you don't understand the difference between them, it's complicated to go on with your studies. So this conversation is simple, is about two friends um, that want to go out and they are talking about it. Okay, so I'm going to read this conversation and then I will explain every part, all of the parts. Oi, Maria. Vamos sair hoje de noite? Não posso. Já tenho compromisso. E sexta, vamos sair? Quero conhecer aquele restaurante novo. Pode ser. Sexta não tenho nada. Vou reservar o restaurante então. Até sexta. Até. Okay. So, the first part. Oi, Maria is hello. Oi. Hi. Hi, Maria. Vamos sair hoje de noite? Vamos sair. Sair is the verb to leave or to go out. Can be both. If we are leaving a room, like to exit a room, we use sair, and if we are talking about going out to do something, to go somewhere, it's also sair. So vamos sair? Vamos is how we invite. It's the verb to go, but we use to invite. So it's the same thing as we say let's go out. Vamos sair. We get the difference between the leave and go out with the context. So if we are talking about vamos sair, let's go out to do something, is go out, sair para fazer algo. And if we say vamos sair do quarto, let's get out of the room, let's leave this room, it can also be a thing. So we get with the context. It's different in each situation. Okay, so vamos sair, let's go out. Hoje de noite. Hoje, today. Hoje, today. The H is silent. We don't pronounce the H when it's in the beginning. Okay? So, hoje, de noite. De noite. Noite, as you can see here, can be night or evening. We have manhã, tarde, noite. So, manhã, morning, tarde, afternoon, noite is night. But it can also be evening. Both mean noite in Portuguese. Okay, so hoje de noite, this evening. Or tonight. Let's go out tonight. Vamos sair hoje de noite. Okay? You can change here. Noite. And use tarde. Vamos sair hoje de tarde. Ok? Não posso. Já tenho compromisso. Não posso is a negative form. So, não posso. Here, we don't actually need to use eu because posso is a conjugation that is only for eu. In Portuguese, we don't have to use the person, only in some cases, because we know that that conjugation is for that person. So, posso, the only possible form person is eu. So I don't need to say eu não posso. I can just say não posso. I know it's eu. And you will understand that is eu because the conjugation is posso. I can't. So here we have the verb poder. Poder is can. Can, poder. It's being able to do something. And não posso is I can't. It's negative. We always use the não in front of the verb. Não posso. Okay? We don't have a contraction like this because we don't, it's different than it is in English, so we just use não. Não posso. And here, verbo irregular. Poder é um verbo irregular. It's a irregular verb. So I will talk about the verbs after, but here, poder irregular. Já tenho compromisso. Já is already. Already. Já. Já tenho. I already have a commitment. I already have something to do. I already have something. So, compromisso can be a meeting, can be, I don't know, like you have something else to do. So, compromisso. Já tenho, here, ter is the verb, ter, já tenho compromisso. E sexta, vamos sair? Quero conhecer aquele restaurante novo. So, e sexta. Here we have the days of the week. Sexta is Friday. And something that a lot of my students, they always say, we have the name of the day and after we have feira. Segunda-feira, terça-feira, quarta-feira, quinta-feira, sexta-feira, sábado, domingo. Okay? But this feira, we don't need to use it if it's something informal. We only use feira after the name when it's a document, if it's something important, if it's something that we need to know, then we use feira. Okay, if it's not, we can just say sexta. Segunda, terça, quarta, quinta, sexta, sábado, domingo. Ok? Vamos sair. Here, the invitation. Again, vamos. Vamos is to invite. Vamos sair. Let's go out. So, and Friday. Let's go out Friday. Vamos sair sexta? Quero conhecer. Eu quero conhecer. Here. Querer. Okay. Oh, something went wrong here. It's back. And eu não poder. I can't, eu não poder. No, I can't is não posso. Eu não posso. Here the verb poder. I can't use here. Posso. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. Sexta, Friday. Yes. Sexta, Friday. Segunda, terça, quarta, quinta, sexta. Ok. Here, eu quero conhecer. Quero is to want, the verb querer. I want. Conhecer, to know. Conhecer, to know. It can be to meet or to know. Conhecer. Aquele restaurante. That restaurant. Restaurante, here. It's a restaurant. Aquele is that restaurant. And novo is new. Aquele restaurante novo. That new restaurant. Ok? Pode ser. Sexta, não tenho nada. Pode ser is it can be. Pode ser. Yes. That is pode ser. Sexta, não tenho nada. Friday, I have nothing to do. Friday, I don't have nothing to do. Oops, okay? So, tenho, the verb ter, to have. So, I don't have anything. I have nothing to do. Não tenho nada. Vou reservar o restaurante então. Até sexta. Até. Vou reservar. Here again, eu vou reservar. I will reserve. I will book. Reservar. O restaurante, the restaurant. Então, is then. I'll book the restaurant then. Vou reservar o restaurante, então. And até sexta is see you Friday. Até sexta. Até. It's a way to say ciao. A way to say see ya. Okay? So here we have all of the conversation again. Oi, Maria. Vamos sair hoje de noite? Não posso, já tenho compromisso. E sexta, vamos sair? Quero conhecer aquele restaurante novo. Pode ser. Sexta não tenho nada. Vou reservar o restaurante então. Até sexta. Até. Okay? It is not that complicated, but if you are starting to learn now, it is a little more complicated. So here we have the verbs ir, to go. It's irregular. Vamos. Okay? In this case is an invitation. Vamos sair. Sair, to leave or to go out, to exit. Okay? Não posso. Here, posso is poder, can. Tenho is ter, to have. Here again, vamos sair. Quero, querer. Conhecer, so I want. Quero, I want. Conhecer, to meet or to know. Here, ter again. Reservar, to reserve, to book. Okay, it's not something really complicated, but it's a little different. So I want to talk about the verbs. I'll just change here. And I want to talk about verbos regulares. Verbos regulares. See if you can see. Okay, I think it's better now. Just a second. I'll just record here a little story. I'm talking about irregular verbs here. If you want to watch, I'm live on my YouTube channel. Okay. Just a sec. Okay. So let's go. We have the verbs that terminam com AR, terminam com ER, terminam com IR. Ok? Terminam com AR is end with AR. They end, terminam com AR. Okay? We always have the person eu, tu, ele, nós, vós, eles. And here we have ela, você, elas, vocês. Okay? So we are starting here. It's in front. I'll just change here. You won't be able to see. It's better now. Okay. So when we have a verb that ends with AR, for example, amar. Amar is to love. Okay? We have the verb amar. The infinitive form of the verb is this. Always ends with AR, ER, IR. This is the infinitive form in English, to love. To love, okay? So, when we conjugate, we need to conjugate for each person, and it's different for each one of them, okay? So, eu amo, tu amas, ele, ela, você ama, nós amamos, vós. I'm not going to put here, and I will explain why. Vocês amam. Vós, the conjugation is amais, but we don't use it. We don't conjugate for vós because we don't use vós. Like in never, in all of the occasions, formal conversation, informal conversations, like we never use it. We never use vós. We don't actually know really how to use it, how to conjugate it. And I'm speaking about Brazilian Portuguese because Portugal is a completely different, but our Portuguese, we don't use vós, okay? I see a lot of people that don't conjugate for tu because they don't live in a place that they say tu, and they don't teach this conjugation. But it's important to know, and I say tu because I am from the south of Brazil. So here in the south, we say tu. In some other states, they also say tu. So it's important to know. And the conjugation, if you are in a formal situation, you need to say something with tu, or if you don't want to say it, you listen someone and they are speaking like that, you need to understand it, okay? So it is important to understand tu. And it's really like easy, it's similar, it's not that complicated. The complicated one is vós, and we don't need to use it. Don't need, need to use it. Okay? Just put in here so you don't get lost. We don't use it. I'm not going to put it in the others. but just so you understand. So here, I'll just change the, see, here. This ending, I'll take this off because you won't understand. This ending is the one that goes for all of the others. So this, o, as, a, amos, ão, is the ending for all of the regular verbs that end with AR. Okay? That is a rule. That's something you need to practice, you need to remember. Okay? Eu amo, tu amas, ele ama, nós amamos, eles, elas, vocês amam. ER terminam com ER and with ER. Comer, to eat. So here, eu, tu, ele, ela, você, nós, eles, elas, vocês. I'm not using vós here because I don't want to confuse you with that. Okay? So, eu como, tu comes, ele come, nós comemos, eles comem. Ok? Como, comes, come, comemos, comem. This is the ending. Just put it here again. This is the ending for all of the regular verbs that end with ER. Okay? Eu como, tu comes, ele come, nós comemos, eles comem. Here, oh, how am I supposed to know how I can do it? How I used the verb? Here you can see that is amar. We have the radical that doesn't change in all of them. It's the same for all of them. So is here amar. We just take the AR out and keep am, am. And we use it for all of the others. Here, the same thing. We take the ER out, como, and it's the one that doesn't change. Okay, we just change the ending. So it's not that complicated. And here, partir. Partir is to leave. Okay, like I am leaving to another city. Partir. Okay, so eu, tu, ele, ela, você, nós, eles, elas, vocês. Okay, this is something you need to remember. Parto, partes, parte, partimos, partem, partir. Take the IR out. Parto, partes, parte, partimos, partem. Okay, it's similar to this one. O, es, e. Imus, emos, em. The only one that is different is nós. Okay? Because we have an I here. Partimos, comemos. It's the only one that changes. The others are the same. So here you can see that eu always ends with o. The others, they follow a because it's a, amos, ão. This one is e, es, e, emos, em. And this one is the same, just nós is different. Okay? I hope you understand. If you have questions, you can send me a message. Okay, I'm always here to help. I have my Instagram here in the description. I have my Telegram, so you can send me a message. Okay, no problem. And you can leave it here in the comments if you want to know something else. I'm here always to help. Okay? So that's it for today. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you next week. I'm going live again the same day. Okay, quinta, Thursday. Maybe I'll change the time, the hour, I don't know yet, but I'll let you know on my Instagram. Okay? So, ciao!